has wisely said that life is so confusing. What we want, we don't get. What we get, we are not satisfied. What we expect never really happens. What we hate generally repeats. Desires never end until we don't learn to be satisfied with whatever we have and be thankful to God. So guys, Inner Voice Pathshala is presenting this story for those who have become machines running after money, fulfilling their never-ending desires. A very long time ago, in the city of Kaushambi, a lady, Sri Devi, was standing in the clothes of a widow on the terrace of a palace-like home. She was seeing a procession which was passing by her house. As the procession came nearer, tears rolled down her cheeks. Her teenage son Kapil saw this and couldn't understand why his beloved mother was crying so much. So he asked her, "Mother, who is this man? Why are you weeping, as if you have lost everything?" Sri Devi's outburst increased. Through her wails, she replied, "Kapil, your father Kashyap, who passed away few days ago, was one of the most respected and intelligent man in this kingdom. He was a wazir and advised the king himself. On his death, his position would have come to you, but you never tried to study. You always played, and as a result, now I'm seeing another learned man taking your father's position. We have lost our respect, Kapil, and soon we'll lose this house too. I'm crying as I don't know how I'll feed you. I wish I'd pushed you towards education. You have brains just like your father, but you never utilize them. So it's just a waste. What ill luck I have." Kapil was extremely hurt on realizing the bitter truth that his mother had just uttered. He decided to not give her any more pain. He vowed to make amends for his carefree attitude. That night, he went to his mother with a plan. "Mother, I love you and I hate seeing you in distress. I'm sorry for being lazy earlier. Please allow me to go to father's friend in Shravasti Nagri. There, he can teach me. I will burn the midnight lamp to catch up on my studies. I know it is far, but I can return with the best education and a good job." Sri Devi was delighted that Kapil was now serious about his future and responsibilities. She instantly wrote a letter to her late husband's friend, beseeching him to treat Kapil as his own son. She also wrote about how poor they were and helped Kapil to find a sponsored accommodation. Kapil left the next morning, carrying with him his mother's letter, her blessings and hopes. He reached Shravasti after 4 days. As soon as he reached, he fell in the feet of his to-be guru and pleaded him to accept him as a student. Guru's heart moved at the boy's devotion and decided to accept him as a student. Kapil used all his energy in studying devotedly. Looking at his intelligence, Guru requested a wealthy merchant, Shalibhadra, to arrange for Kapil's food and boarding, so he need not go for begging alms. Shalibhadra got even further and provided Kapil with a house and a maid to look after him, so he can study without worrying all the time. This did happen for weeks, but old habits die hard. Soon, the old habits of laziness and carelessness seeped back into Kapil's life. He started spending more time idling away with the maid. Love blossomed in their hearts, and passion for success withered away from Kapil's life. Kapil would hardly invest time in learning new concepts. He would entertain the maid with his limited knowledge and feel on the top of the world. Whenever the Guru tried to bring him back on track, Kapil would turn a deaf ear to the counsels. To prove his true love, he married the maid and started living with her in Shravasti. While seemingly, Kapil got the true love of his life. His life was no longer the rosy picture he had imagined to be. Not being a student anymore, Kapil lost free food and boarding. As he was not a fully accomplished Brahmin, nobody preferred him or gave him alms. Thus, to meet everyday's basic needs, life became a challenge for Kapil. Kapil had no way out of poverty. He had not bothered to take into account the expenses he would incur for his future, nor did he anticipate that marriage would mean increase in responsibilities. Hence, when her wife told him about extra expenses for a better life, he blasted on her. "Why did you trap me in your love? It is entirely your fault. Now, just deal with it." His wife laughed and told him, "Why do you worry? I have a simple solution." And she quickly whispered her ingenious plan in Kapil's ear. Kapil was now relieved and he smiled. All his worry had gone. Next day morning, he rose and went to the palace, but he found many people in the queue. This would not do, as he needed to be first one inside to make his plan work. So, next day, he woke before the dawn and headed towards the palace. But that also did not work, as there were already few people standing there. He even tried midnight, but it was useless. So impatiently, Kapil decided to sleep on the road near the palace. He could hardly sleep at night. Every hour, he would stroll towards the palace gate to ensure that nobody was there. During one such stroll, the chief minister saw Kapil, thinking him to be a thief, and he decided to arrest him. Not believing him to be innocent, he told Kapil, "The power to decide whether you're guilty or not resides with the king. You can tell him your vow when you are presented in front of him tomorrow morning." Restless and horribly scared, Kapil spent that night in the royal prison. He thought how best to convince the king. In this peril, Mother's wise words came to his mind to always speak truth, and he decided to go with it. When Kapil was finally presented to the king of Shravasti, Kapil was shivering from head to toe. Kapil's evident shiver made the king give him benefit of doubt. He kindly said, "You are accused of being a thief. Tell me your side of the story before I make a decision." Kapil was filled with gratitude, and he narrated the entire story, that how he was the son of late state minister Kashyap, how he came to Shravasti to solve his mother's misery, how old habits die hard, how he had fallen in love with a maid, how she told him of a plan, and how he had executed it. The king intrigued and asked what the plan was. Hesitantly, Kapil revealed that it was well known that the king of Shravasti was most generous and gave 2 gold coins every day to a Brahmin who blesses him first in the morning. So, he wanted to bless the king and get these 2 gold coins. Now, everything was in the king's hand. The king of Shravasti thought over Kapil's story. His gut feeling made him believe Kapil. So instead of punishing him, he gave him a boon that Kapil could ask anything from the king. On hearing this, he was filled with enthusiasm and decided to take time to ponder over what to ask. The king sent him to the royal garden to think over his decision. Kapil soon found a quiet spot under the shade of a huge tree. There, he started brooding over what could solve his misery. He felt 2 gold coins were too less. So why not ask for 10 gold coins? But even they'll get exhausted in few days. So why not ask for 100 gold coins? Desire is like a web to fly. Once caught in it, there's no escape unless you break the entire web. Kapil's web of desire made him think of asking the king for 1 crore gold coins. Yet he wasn't satisfied. So he decided to ask for half the kingdom and then the entire kingdom. Strange is the power of greed. The generous king who had offered Kapil a boon was soon to lose his own kingdom because of a selfish and a greedy man. Kapil was now rehearsing how to best paraphrase what he wanted. He tried, "O king, give your kingdom." But that was too rude, so he felt perhaps he should flatter the king first. It was during such reflection he saw a leaf fall from the tree, and he saw his fall in the fall of the leaf. He realized how self-centered he had become. All this was just because of the greed for money and blind love for his family. Nothing in this world is permanent. Nothing in this world would satisfy him. These type of meditative thoughts let him dig deeper. Soon he got Jati Smarang Gnan, memory of one of his past births, where he was in a similar situation, where he was a sadhu, and the king tried to tempt him by luxuries and riches of life. But the Muni was firm as a rock. Kapil realized his fall was massive. Once he was not tempted by anything, and now he is misusing a person who had trusted him. So he decided to take Diksha then and there. Devs came from the Devlok to celebrate his achievement. They gave him suitable clothes for a sadhu. So now Kapil becomes Kapil Muni. Then he goes to the palace and informs the king about his decision. That time the king asked him what did he decide on, and Kapil replied, "O king, as you get more, you become greedy and you want more." So the king generously said, "I'm ready to give whatever you want." And then Kapil narrated his entire process of thoughts, that he was not satisfied by even getting the entire kingdom also. So he discovered that desires have no end, and now I want to start my journey to be desireless. The king and the entire royal court praised Kapil for his decision. After 6 months of his Diksha, he attained Keval Gnan. So Kapil became Sri Kapil Kevali. So friends, to conclude the story, wake up with determination and go to the bed with satisfaction, and have aim to be desireless. Because you will never be happy if you constantly look for what others have. Guys, there are people who get satisfied by eating dal chawal also. But there are few who don't even get satisfied by eating paneer too. So, working for success can make you a master. But working for satisfaction, working to be desireless can make you a legend. Think about it. That is why Inner Voice Pathshala always tells you to aspire yourself correctly and inspire the world.